Hello Group 7, my name is Cynthia Duke, and today I'm going to be discussing the chapters that we went over in class, particularly chapters 4 through 8. They dealt with macro and micronutrients. So I found a lot of this information be a little repetitive since I have other classes at Little Lake that have gone over these subjects and stuff like that. But I still think that it's very important for others to understand this information because I feel like everyone should know what they put in their body and how it affects them in different ways. So chapter 4, we went over carbohydrates, and what I particularly found interesting about this chapter was the complexity of simple and complex carbs and how each of these are broken down in our system and our bodies differently. I think knowing this information can actually help us determine what we should be putting in our bodies, what we should eat, what we should be doing properly to help keep our bodies healthy and reach our daily needs or even reach our daily goals that we're trying to reach for ourselves. And then chapter 5, we covered over lipids, which are known as fats. And I feel like a lot of people feel that fats, or a lot of people do feel fats are bad, and they think they can eat fats, it's going to be bad for them, which is not entirely true because there's a lot of good fats that we can eat that actually help our body, help us with a lot of energy storage, and they actually help us in the long run compared to not as much. So some of these good fats are things such as avocados, olive oil, and fish, and nuts and stuff like that. And then bad fats that people, I feel, tend to forget about was not necessarily a fat, it's actually carbohydrates, but refined sugars. And sugars, eventually, if you eat too much or consume too much of this, it actually leads to fats and turns into a fat instead of getting out of our system faster. And that's what a lot of people tend to forget about that. Chapter 6 was over proteins and amino acids, and I found it interesting about how the difference between animal-based proteins and plant-based proteins, and how they play a big major part in our diets. For example, a diet consisting mostly of a plant-based protein will lead us in better health compared to higher diets in animal-based proteins will mainly lead to higher risk of heart disease and other complications because of the high meats and everything that we put in our bodies. So I feel like if we were to eliminate some of these animal-based proteins or meats, we will better our health problems around because they can better ourselves, can better the people around us because people around us are always influenced by what we eat ourselves. And they can also essentially help the environment in ways in getting rid of waste and stuff that these facilities that package meats and stuff from animals use and stuff like that. And then chapter 7, we covered vitamins, and I feel it's good to take vitamins to help balance ourselves out, help balance our bodies and our systems. But we need to be very careful about certain vitamins we take. Vitamins such as vitamins consisting of A, D, E, and K vitamins are bad and they can be very harmful. And we shouldn't consume these because of the damage it can do to us. But I also wish this chapter had included more of the positive effects of what vitamins and herbal supplements can do. Because I feel like this chapter was mostly pounding and was very negative about all the supplements and stuff like that. And I felt like there could have been maybe more of a positive effect, but it didn't really mention that a lot. And then chapter 8 was over water. And water, of course, is very important. We need water to live, to survive, because most of our body is made up of water. So yeah, that's basically it, and that's my presentation over chapters 4 through 8. All right, thank you guys. Have a good night.